Hi everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Road to 100 Million on Farming Simulator. We're going to be starting here in, January. We're going to go from December to January, and we all know January is the most profitable month for every farm because of all the greenhouses, all the crops, they are all sold in January. So let's start off with all the admin. So we just paid out $7,000 in all of the monthly hiring, purchase and cost, which is awesome. I would love to get these costs settled, but I don't think I'll be able to do them anytime soon. And, oops, that's the wrong way. Let's have a look at the farm value history. We have gone up a tiny little bit, only about $20,000 in December, but we did also buy a cultivator in December so that we can do stuff. So I'm happy with that. That's pretty good. Let's see what we need to do. Is there any contracts? There's not many contracts, so that's fine. We can figure that out as we go. We've started to get quite a good collection of equipment now, which is awesome. It means that we should be able to do quite a lot of the contracts that we find, but the first thing I'd want to be doing today is selling the oat and the sorghum. So let's have a look. Oat, best price, yes, look at that, 40,000 litres. We are set to make 40,000 litres worth of grain here, probably to Goldcrest Valley, although I don't think the trains always work. They're a little bit glitched sometimes, so the second best price is probably the logistic railroads. I think that's where I'll go. So let's get that tagged because, yeah, we're about to start making some cash. And then we are going to go and deal with all of our greenhouse activities as well because we've been waiting all year to go and get them. I can't close this door. Anyone know how to close this door? There you go. I just had to go and click in the middle, apparently. So, whoops, as I smash my microphone with my spare hand. Let's go and get the JCB. We'll go and get the trailer. Where is the trailer? Anyone know where the trailer is? Oh, we've got our bales to sell as well, actually. There's a lot of things to do in January, and it's going to be a profitable adventure. There's the trailer. All right. Let's spin around. Oh, actually, we need petrol. And when I say petrol, I mean diesel, but that's okay. So let's fill this up and, yeah, start making money. Now, the other thing I want to do is get one of the farm kiosks, the small farm kiosk over there with the greenhouses. We've already spoken about that. So then I can just push all of the lettuce pallets into that pretty much every month, and then we can, yeah, go from there. I think that'll be a nice little adventure. And a good way, sorry, I say adventure, I mean venture, like a good way to make money on everything and still keep it pretty realistic, which I think is the main part of what we want to do here. Alright, pick this up. Can we spin around? Is this a tight enough circle? Oh, it might just be. It might just be. Yes, brilliant. What a great turning circle. Our other fields are going well. Like, let's have a look in here. So, no data found for the barley. That's because I purchased the soil before I then ploughed the extra bits of the field. But, I mean, the barley's going pretty good. If we have a look, is there anything that I need to do? I don't think so, because where's weeds? Whoops, it's the wrong one. Oh, is it in here? Where's weeds? Soil composition. Weeds. There's no weeds. Doesn't need ploughing. Oop, doesn't need rolling. I guess the tram lines, but they're always their own thing. So everything else is looking pretty good, and there's no weeds in our fields that we need to take care of, which is awesome. All right, let's load this up and see. Will I be able to do it from here? I'm assuming. Oh my god, we've got 30,000 litres of sorghum too. That's crazy. 30,000 litres of sorghum. We've done really well. That was an early investment. That's great. We might be able to get chickens, you know. Chickens and cows. I think that's the next thing I want to get. The Highland cows for sure. Is this going to take 2 trips? This might take 2 trips. Yeah, it will. I think there's more oat than that. There was 40,000 litres. Alright. Let us drive to the logistics centre, which probably this way isn't the way to go, but oh, you know what, we'll risk it. We'll go over just so we can see what's happening with the lettuce and the mushrooms. There's a full production there, pretty much of everything. We're missing a couple of mushrooms, but everything else is full. Let's go over this gently so that we don't spill any of the oats. Brilliant. And yeah, we'll head over and we'll get this sold. So, quick time lapse. I'll meet you guys on the other side. All right. So that's all sorted. What to do next? Well, we want to keep collecting that cash. I don't know if I want to sell the sorghum. I don't know if I want to sell the sorghum because we could invest this cash that we're going to get from everything today into some animals. We could get some Highland cows and some chickens, and I think that's a good way to make sure that we still have money over the winter, because I feel like we're very tied to our fields right now. We've got the grass and we've got these ones which are going to be great. But the rest of the time, like, are we even going to make 100 grand from our fields? I mean, we didn't this year. We should be able to make 100 grand with the fact that we've expanded everything, and hopefully we'll have more use for stuff in the future, but we'll see how we go. So next order of business is, let's keep the sorghum there for now. I can always sell it later on this month or even in February if we need to. The price will still be okay. Let me go and find, what am I looking for? This thing. Hello. All right, sneak in here. Oops. I just need to line it up. I'm particularly terrible at this, but I think I've got it here. Nailed it. All right. And then let's get things moving over here. Okay, so what we want is, we want to go to selling points. Where's selling points? Maybe it's here. Nope. Is it here? Yeah, selling points and small farmer kiosk. Where's that? Small farmer's kiosk. All right. This is what we want. So we can line this bad boy up, and I don't think it makes a difference whether we get the big one or the small one, but we can put it here. Okay, admittedly close to the railway, but that's fine. And you know what? I might just actually paint. Let's paint. Is that the same? Yeah. Let's just paint a little area here for our kiosk, just so it has somewhere nice and, you know, relatively smooth to operate. Because then, yeah, that can just be the kiosk area. All right, done. We go back in here as the train goes by, and we get the small farmer's kiosk. So, what do we want? Well, we kind of do want it sideways, don't we? Yeah. All right, let's chuck it right there. Oh, it's gone gross. That's fine. I didn't realize that it would be a different color. Let's see if I can fix that. Yes, you can. Amazing. There you go, problem solved. Okay, cool. So, we've got that now. It is time to sell, and I think we should be able to get a 20% bonus as well. So my idea, hopefully, was to just get in here, and let's see if I can do this. Probably this view's better. Put this down, put them closer together, and let's see if I can just push them along. Now I'll get in the way of the water. The way of water. Not the avatar way of water, just the regular way of water. But let's see if I can push these all in over here. Looks like it's gone good. Yes! Don't crash into anything. Nice! $26,000. Oh my goodness. That's awesome. And yeah, and we get our environmental score award. So, I don't know how many... Oh, I wish I'd counted the pallets. How many pallets of lettuce did I just sell? And what's their price? Let's see if we actually got our 20%, because I think we should have got a 20% bonus there. I think that's a great idea, right? They sell for 2,000, so 26 is 13 pallets. And on this side, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so we definitely got our 20% bonus, which is fantastic. Let's go ahead and make this happen again. And the good news is I'll be able to do the kiosk easily on this side, and then these 3 greenhouses will be a pain, like always, but that's okay. Actually, let's check how many... oh my god, we are full. Why is that? Yeah, I was going to say, why is that bar so strange? But okay, so lettuce 2, which is the one we're working on, that's it. We've got a lot of pallets to do. This will be awesome. Alright, and again, let's just push. Fantastic. Fantastic. That's awesome. Okay, so we've got close to $30,000 every time we do this. We are going to have a crap load of money at the end of this. Alright. Oh, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's fine. You know what? I can just push them to the end and then do some actual forklifting. I probably do need a forklift, to be honest. This massive tractor is going to be hard to get in and out of here. Okay, let's go to the shop and see. Firstly, let's see if there's a forklift on sale. That would be awesome if there was, but there's not. We've just got the big baler. Could get a tractor. I mean, it's quite a small tractor, but for $30,000, like, I mean, that's one row of lettuce. We can definitely do that. I don't know what this thing does. What is that? Liftable pallets and bales. No. Is that a straw harvesting machine? Oh no, cotton. I'm so stupid. And then the additional tank. Okay, right. So nothing in the use cell. I really do get distracted and go down rabbit holes, don't I? What we're looking for is forklifts. Forklifts, skid steers, forklifts. We need a forklift. Oh, they're so expensive. They are so expensive. We'll probably get the Manitou as well if I would, because this one's electric, so I don't know where I would charge it. So basically we're limited to the Manitou. And I don't think I have $80,000 to spend on this right now. Maybe a higher purchase potentially. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to do a quick time lapse for you guys of me, hopefully, maybe being able to get all these lifted and sold in the same moment. Let's see. Sorry, I'm not concentrating. I'm not talking as much so that I can concentrate. I mean, that's pretty cool. All right, we'll time lapse it. We'll time lapse me getting as much money as we can and getting all this sorted, and we'll come back and hopefully, I mean, let's have a guess. Let's have a guess. So roughly each time was about 50,000, wasn't it? So 50, 100, 150, and plus whatever the mushrooms are. Best part of 200 grand. So we're hoping here, probably for $350,000. That would be an awesome way to start the year, and we can go from there. All right. So I come back, and hopefully the time lapse is watchable because I feel like I'm going to fail. Here we go. Well, I tell you what, I said it was going to be 350 grand, and we're pretty close. I think it's time to invest some of this money. Now, I will say, I may have messed up with the auto load on the bales here, but I think I want to keep these because we've got grass there and a bunch of grass here, and this should be able to fund our goats and cows purchase. So, two things I'm going to get. I really want to get goats, I want to get chickens, I want to get cows. And I think we can do pretty much all of that. So let's have a look. Let's take stock, right? Firstly, sorghum. So, do chickens eat sorghum? I'm so sure they do. I've had chickens like, 400 times, but let me just check. We can never go wrong. Wheat, barley, sorghum. They do eat sorghum. Okay, so fantastic. We have that. Goats, they eat grass and hay. We have that. And cattle. Where is the cattle? Highland cattle, they also eat grass, hay, and TMR. So, I would like to get some Highland cattle, I'd like to get some chickens, and I'd like to get some goats. Where are we going to put them all? That is the question. And for now, I don't know. I don't have the answer. But, I mean, our barley's growing. We know that this field is going to be great. And we're going to get a significant load of This one's wheat, isn't it? Yeah, so we've got wheat, grass, and barley. That's our 3, which is really 4 fields. So it would make sense to probably keep this yard free for productions, maybe. So maybe we look at buying a field. I mean, that 69 is a great number, but it's a weird field to buy. Probably too expensive. Field 10. We could buy field 10, so we could buy field 9 and 10. And we could buy field 13. I think field 12 is probably the obvious one. But loamy sand, I'm not sure. What's the soil type here? Sandy loam is the one we want. But that's not too bad. I mean, that's not too bad. What's the distribution here? Silty clay. Yeah, so that's the bad field. This is the second bad field. So it makes sense to keep those as grass. The wheat one probably should be something different, like onions or something. Because when it's a crop like onions where it's, sort of high yield, labor intensive, the soil type doesn't really matter that much, and it's probably better to move elsewhere. So maybe we look at this field, but that would be spending all of our money and getting no animals. And the thing is with animals, why am I in this field? The thing is with animals is it kind of feels like it's extra. Like it's extra money through the winter months when we potentially can't get money in other ways, like if there's not contracts or stuff to do. So maybe even this back area. I mean, it would get close to the train, which I would worry about. But I wouldn't mind doing something here and maybe something further down. Let's go have a look at 72 because I reckon, sorry if you can hear me clicking, I reckon we could also potentially get rid of some trees here, load them up. Do I have a chainsaw? I do have a chainsaw. And also we've got to do some fishing. There's plenty of stuff for us to do. But we could get rid of these trees and then put a further little animal area here. The problem is, how would we get to it? I guess we do have these. So we do have the tram lines, which in future I'm not going to have, but right now I do, so I could make use of it. Imagine we knock down these trees. We could have a little animal enclosure here. Can I just double check? How far back does field 72 go? Well, it actually goes all the way back to the end of the, is it cliffs or whatever it is here? It's not the road, is it? The road's up. So I think all of this area is ours. Like we could easily get rid of this all and have some animals here. Let me see. Am I on the boundary? Let's have a look. Oh, just about. I mean, like here is sort of the boundary. So where the texture changes. This could be a lovely little animal area. So maybe in the future, that's what we do. I think for now, I'm going to stick to this area over here. So let's see what we get. We could get goats first, potentially. God, that isn't really very big, is it? Oh, I would look at using some of the yard, but I don't really want to be honest. I could alternatively, I could move this. I could move the farmhouse or sell the farmhouse and just buy another farmhouse. And we could potentially put some animals here. Like this would be a nice little place to put them. Where else? We don't really have anywhere else. Again, this area is ours. We could do some tree selling there and then potentially put them there. That could be lovely too. There is a tiny little area here we could also fish from. So that could double up. So maybe we do some tree felling. I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud here, but let's decide. I mean, also this area is ours too. No, I think probably where the texture ends, that's where we stop. So yeah, so all right, we're gonna make some decisions. Let's have a think about it, and then I will decide which fields to buy and what to do. All right, I think I'm gonna go with sheep and goats. Sorry, goats. Obviously, we need the sheep barn to be able to get the goats, but I think that's the way to go. We can revisit some of the other ones a little bit later, but for now that's the one. Interesting, I went to buy the Highland fishing one and it doesn't actually, like all we need is this little spot and we could get 32 sheep. So I could actually stack up on 2 of these, but I think I particularly like the pasture one. I mean, the difference between these is, I mean, really only 6 sheep, but I get to pasteurize the custom. I get to customize the pasture. So I feel like this is the one I'm going to use. It's quite cool, and I can extend the fence, a meter away. Let's have a look. Well, that train comes, I could put it here. So still a good few meters away, and we'd be able to make use of it. So I reckon that's what I'm going to do. I did not mean to get out of that menu. So let's flatten let's level the terrain. How does this work again? M, is it L? L makes it stronger. It's B, the one, there you go. All right, so let's make it a little smaller. That will do, and then let's go sort of from here. We want to flatten and level all of this. That's fine, and then as we level it, I'll soften it out the other end so it doesn't get so high. But it wouldn't actually be bad to be a little bit of elevation between here and the train. I feel like that is probably a realistic thing. All right, and then let's just soften. We don't want to mess with that barley, nor do we want to mess with the rest of it. Soften, soften, soften. Don't touch the barley, please. Good. Good game, good. And we can soften all the way. Soften. Well, I already pronounced the T. All right, cool. And then let's go back to the goats. Is this the one? Or is this the one? I can't remember which one I was about to get. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean, actually, the big one is nearly double the capacity. Do we go all out? Do we just get 68? We did have this. Remember, we did have this before on the Zielonka farm. So, the problem is it doesn't really suit the sort of landscape, does it? Like, I want it to be that way. And I don't want to have to be driving in there to pick up the wool. And we'd have to have it way further up. But it does have the capacity for 68. The problem is I don't know how much... Yeah, this one. I'm going to go with the small one. The smaller one sort of suits the vibe more. And if I need to get rid of it later on, I can. Right. Let's just go overflow mode. Or what's it called? Toggle free. That's it. Alright. Let's go as close as we can to the fence. And you know what? I'm going to save the game first because I always mess this up. And we'll do it together. We'll do it together on camera for the first time so that you guys can see me mess it up in real time. Alright, second bit. Right, let's do it. Here we go. Here we go. Enough room to get in there. That'll probably do. And we do want to customize the fence. Let's have a look. So, where is the... So we'll give a little bit of room. We'll go here. Maybe a little more room. Just so we can always reverse in and out of this area, I reckon. And then we want to go... Oh, actually, that's actually pretty straight, to be honest. Alright, we'll just go straight back here. Now, remember... Oh, actually, I was going to say we want to turn the combine, but the combine can just go up and down that way. So, probably not the worst thing in the world if we don't do that. Do we want a bigger area? Let's just go with the smaller one and see what I can do. I always get this... I always end up making this too close to the side for the combine, but right now I do not give a hoot. Hoot hoot. Okay, like that. Perfect. And then we'll come down here. Yes. I wish we could curve it, but we can't. Yep, land not owned. That's fine. We don't want to get too close. Let's have a look. Don't want to get too close to the train line here. Maybe there, and then we can run parallel all the way down. I reckon that's pretty good. Excellent. Gives us enough room to stay away from the train, which we'll obviously need to. And then why not? We can extend this a little bit. Go all the way up, and then cut back. Is that okay? That should be done. Delete last segment, H. I'm Hing it. Alright, what if we just... I'm going to try and get it level then. Do you want to plant meadow? Yeah, we do. Alright, let's have a look. Okay. What have we done? Well, it is pretty close to the barley, but that's not a bad little sheep area. And it can hold 45 sheep, so I reckon we go ahead and get those sheep pretty much straight away. And I do like the fact that these double doors swing open and I can go straight in there. That feels quite nice. Alright, let's buy some sheepies. Just kidding, let's buy goats. We could get wool a little bit later, but I think if I buy 45, this is going to be awesome. 45 goats, they'll be able to give me milk, and then we can go from there. I think this is the way to go. Although, you know what I haven't checked is what's the production on the map. So, there is a spinnery, so we could use the wool there. Where is the spinnery? Ooh. Alright, it's literally the furthest end of the map. I mean, it is only just along the main road, but we would have to go all the way through the back and then down and then around. It's just the most windy thing. Okay, so probably not a priority. Is there... What else have we got? Vegetable, tailor shop, quarry, fish food factory, nothing else. So we could plant, we could obviously do our own dairy mills and stuff. which I think would be the way to go. So let's go back to animals. I guess I have to actually walk over here to get them. And let's get us some goats. I've been saying sheep this whole time, and I meant goats the whole time. Alright. So, 3 months old. You know what? Can we afford... I mean, we can afford 8-month-old goats straight away. Goats produce goat milk. Animals that are healthy and older than 8 months can reproduce. Alright, so it's only the reproduction, which is what we potentially want. I wonder what age they start producing milk. Why not just get them? We want to get them from when they're babies. That's kind of the point of the save, right? Okay, let's buy them. We now have 45 goats. Look at them. Hello, little goat. That is awesome. 45 beautiful goats. We can probably fit all 45 of them in view if we wanted to. So that's awesome. We've got enough hay and stuff to be able to feed them. In future, I'll probably move the hay bales over here. And maybe we can also get more animals. But for now, I reckon that's all we're going to do. Seeing as we've got all this extra money, let's take a look at our hire purchasing. Can we pay any of these things off? Well, what is this? Kilo 2. I wonder what that is. I've definitely forgotten. It's been a little while since I played this game in real life. I don't even know. Roper. Okay, that is our... What even is it? Onion. Oh, that's our onion. Alright, so we can pay off our onions, and I reckon we can probably then buy a field looking to get it ready. Oh, you know what? Should we invest our money into a field immediately? I think that's probably a better shout. I mean, this one, 322, we don't have that much money anymore. We want to keep a little bit extra, but we could buy, potentially, field 13 or 14. Or we could buy 9 and 10. We could buy 9 and 10 and make them one field. That could be quite a nice little... So what's the area here? We've got 3.9 acres plus 2.7 acres. So that's 6 and a bit. Not too bad. And then over here, we've got 4 plus 4. Alright, so these are bigger. 129, 149, but we can't afford both of them. I reckon 103 plus 129. I reckon we're going over here. 230. I reckon that's what we're going to do. Loam, silty clay. Silty clay. These are all crappy fields, but they could be good for animals in the future. Either way, we just need to expand our land area, because otherwise we're never going to be able to progress. Or alternatively, we could look at these two. But that's $400,000. We can't afford that. We could buy field 18. This is a great field. We could put the onions in here potentially. I wonder if it comes with anything at the top. Oh, it's nice. I think it's actually been limed. That's awesome. And then, you know what? We could buy this and then combine this area up here. We could get rid of the fence if we needed to. And we could combine this area up here for our next animal area, which could be awesome. And I want to fish off the back of here. So actually, it makes sense. Let's buy field 18. That way we also don't need to... I've spoken for so long, I need an autosave. That way we also don't need to worry about having the double fields, and we can plow this up in the future. So I think I'm sold. Let's buy this. Nice. We are now the proud owners of field 18. This is brilliant. And we've still got 100 grand in the bank, which means anytime that we get a used vehicle sale, we might be able to make something happen. See, we've got a tractor here. Not very good horsepower, but that's okay. That's not the end of the world. Slurry distributor we don't need. Baler we could do with. But, I mean, we bought the other baler, so what's the point? What is the point? We have a brand new field. This is awesome. Okay, let's spend some money and go to precision farming and get this sorted. Purchase soil information, please. Done. Oh, nice. That's gone to a decent score already. And let's have a look at the calendar, crop calendar. So nothing in February, but when it gets to March, I reckon this will be our onion field. Yep. This will be where we onion it up, baby. Okay, sweet. That's fantastic. We've spent a decent bit of time in January. Let me accelerate the time. We'll go to 5 speed, and I'm going to claim my contract here. And what we're going to do is... Oh, I could do a couple of contracts. Could do some contracts, or we could accelerate through. Now, field 41 and field 48 are absolutely ages away, so probably not looking to do them. I might speed through January a little bit because there's not really much to do. We should be able to get through to February and March quite quickly. That's awesome. We've got look at the field score here, 98. That's fantastic. The problem is the scores won't change until after the first harvest. So we've already harvested the grass, which is why this is at 98. It's going to be a long time until we can do the barley and wheat. Let's have a look. June for barley, July for wheat. So we are going to be waiting a long time to be able to get the environmental score. I've just clicked off my farming simulator screen. Silly me. But anyway, we've got goats. That's great. We've spent some money, and we're probably looking to... Maybe now we can get rid of one of the higher purchases. Settlement cost, 50,000. I don't know how I've earned money there. That's really strange. How have we just earned money? Oh, contract income. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. It's been a little while. Right. Maybe we do consider paying off, because we can always then get something different. So what's the VB390? What's that? VB390. It'll be down the bottom somewhere. Is it even here? There you go. That was our baler. So we're still paying off our baler, and we could potentially, tell you what, we could sell this. Oh, is that a glitch? We could sell it for 51,000, even though we would, I guess we would still owe the money on it. Okay, we could pay it off, sell it for 51,000, and then buy the new baler. What's the new baler worth? 77. But it can do 241 centimeter bales, which is awesome. And I don't really care if we need to... no, but this one's new. We're going to keep it. We're going to keep it because in the future we might need it more. So let's pay this off. Let's settle early. Cool. And then we've only got the one, and now we can potentially look at another higher purchase. Awesome. All right. I'm going to speed through January and February, and then we're going to try and potentially... I was going to say potentially we could plow this field. What I should have done... Again, what I should have done is waited, plowed this field, and then got the better, then purchased the field information again. So I might go do that. I tell you what, we are going to do that. All right, quick time lapse. I am going to plow the rest of that field so that we can expand our area a little bit. Here we go. You know what, ladies and gents, I just thought, well, that field's done. We've got the lime sorted and ready, so that can be onions as soon as March comes around. But I've still got all of this sorghum. What am I going to do with all of this sorghum? Well, of course, there's an easy answer. The easy answer is, let's just get chickens. What am I waiting for? What am I scared of, you know? And this area is perfect for it. So, let's not fish down this tree. Let's do this instead. Small enough for them to go away without me having to do anything, although this one I might have to drag a little bit, but that's okay. If only we could see the bottom of it. Where am I cutting? I'm just going to trust that it's there. Timber. Oh, I can lift it. That's beautiful. Alright, let's just finesse this one a little bit so we get rid of all the branches. And then we've got a nice little spruce here ready to go somewhere. I need to stop getting the fishing rod out. I'm going to put this in front of our house for now. That can be our firewood, I guess, for the winter. But we are going to get some chickens. So, Control-Shift-P. That's the key. Chickens! Time to get a coop. Chicken coop, chicken coop. Okay, we can afford one of the good ones. Could we afford that one? We could have. If I was smart. Oh, that's really annoying. Okay. What can we sell to get back up to... Oh, we could sell some more letters. Alright, come on. I'm gonna just move these with my hand. Alright, sold that. Let's sell this. There must be another one over here. Any mushrooms? Yeah, there's some mushrooms too. Beauty. We might be able to get away with this. Put it on top. Ooh, I wasn't looking at all. Yep, and then grab the bottom one. Come with me, mushrooms, or not. Alright, fine. Again, you can hear me clicking, but let's try and get close to 70 grand. Oh, I don't reckon we're going to get there. I don't reckon we're going to get there. 57. 57. I need more money. Well, I could sell a tiny little bit of sorghum, I guess. I shouldn't have bought all that line. Or I could do another round of... Let's do another round of grass. Okay, let's go over and check the goats, because we can do another round of bales and get that sorted. And they kind of are in the way anyway. They look ugly when they're sat there. What side is this? This side. Perfect. Alright, let's go in here. Now, they do have a meadow as well, so I might not need all these bales. Oh, look at the train going past the goats. Beautiful. Very picturesque. Can I get some info up? Of course, it's not reset yet. It doesn't know how much it needs. That's fine. Let's just go over here. Get all these loaded up. Let's get these sold. And then we can come back and have enough money to get the big chicken coop. And then I think that's pretty much all of our savings gone. And we've reinvested all of it into the farm, which is, of course, what we want. Well, that's how we grow the farm. That's how we, achieve the 100 million. It is road to 100 million after all. And I do want to get there as quickly as we can. Now, let me get this guy on a contract. See, the problem is 41 and 58 are miles away. Whatevs. Okay, we'll do 41. I'll just send him to 41 as my slow tractor carrying 75,000 liters of grass is going to move over. We don't want that. We want to go create job, target position. Let's find the field. How do you get in? I don't know. Let's just put him in the middle and then crack on, buddy. Let's see if that takes him over there. Hopefully that should be good enough. And if the AI worker starts moving while we're watching him, that's usually a good sign to say that he's going to find his way over. It does take a little while. I don't know if it's like them calculating or whatever, but he's moving now. Oh, through the fence. Through the hedge. He's just gone over whatever that is. He's coming up to the road. Oh, what a crazy boy. He's just absolutely taken no interest in field boundaries there. Much like me. Man after my own heart, really. Please don't turn left. Don't come onto this road. That would just be really annoying. Oh, they've stopped. Why have you stopped, sir? Who knows? But we're not stopping. We're going to go and get all these bales sold. I do wonder why they have stopped. But that's not our problem. We will figure that out a little bit later. Okay. So, we need... Oh, gosh. We need to not hit that freaking post so hard. We need to get... What was it? 79,000. So, I don't know if this is going to be enough, to be honest. We might even need to do another run. Curse me for selling off all my stuff early. And, of course, it's not here. It's over here. I've gone the wrong way. Alright, here we go. Not like I've already delivered this 13 times today. There we go. Got that sold. 10 grand. 67. 67,000. I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. It might take me selling all of my bales to do it. Because even another trip won't be enough. We barely made $10,000 there. So I might desperately need a contract to be able to do it. But I think it's worth it. That guy's finally moving again. I think it's worth it because, like I said, animals are money all year round. We'll be able to sell the eggs whenever we want at the farmer's kiosk. As soon as they're ready, we'll be able to sell them. We don't have to wait and stock them up. The greenhouses are ready to go. I don't know why I clicked F there. I meant to click 3. The greenhouses are ready to go. And we've got all this area here. We may as well put a chicken coop there. That does make sense. Probably not a very nice place to have our farmhouse next to, but we're going for efficiency. We want to be able to make money quickly and effectively rather than beautifully, if that's even a way to describe how you make money in this game. So let's load up here and see. Yeah, we'll do another round of bales. There is no way these goats are going to need all these bales. No loading allowed unless stationary. I'm pretty sure I'm stationary, bro. Okay, another weird configuration, but that's fine. And I'll probably try and keep the rest if I can. Because, yeah, we'll probably need some for the little goatees. Moving on. Maybe we go through this way this time. This gate just seems open. Oh yeah, also for those of you guys that didn't notice, in the time-lapse I, of course, I got rid of the fence around field number, is it field number 18 that we now own? Let's see. Yeah, it is field number 18. Now, I got rid of the fence for 2 reasons. One, I want the field space. I want the acreage to increase. And I want to be able to drive through without really having to negotiate the ins and outs of hitting the fence. And 2, I'm just going to put it back up when it's ready, and potentially when we get the road up to the second animal enclosure up there, I'll probably just put the fence back up, and then we can make it pretty at the other end. So, you know, it makes sense to do that now. But anyway, that's the future plan. I don't know, let me know if you guys keep the fences. I mean, it's a nice little touch. I feel like this map, like Kingley Moreland, Riverbend Springs, and Moreland Hutan Pantai, has the fences that we have to sort of abide by. But I do also feel like they're a bit of a problem sometimes, so I'm not sure where to draw the line there. But, okay, let's see if we get close to our 80 grand that we need. Sell all of them. 77,189. I reckon we're going to have to sell a little bit of sorghum, which is quite unfortunate. That or wait on the contract, which I'm probably more inclined to wait on the contract than sell the sorghum. Once the sorghum's gone, we won't be able to get it back. So it's a long way to getting barley in June. And the amount of chickens I plan on buying, I mean, wasn't the big coop 360 chickens, I think? We'll have a look in a moment as I drive this back. But 360 chickens is going to be a lot, isn't it? It's 5 litres of food per chicken per month. Something like that, right? So that means we need about, 1,800, but call it 2,000. 2,000 per month. And there's going to be a large number of months that we'll be able to wait. So, yeah, I still think this area is probably the best for it. Let's have a look. What does the... I'll have to stop driving the tractor because otherwise I'm going to drive into things. But let me park up and then we'll have a look and see what exactly it's going to cost us to get everything up and running. Park this here. Probably parked it the wrong way, but that's not the end of the world. Okay, so chickens, 79 grand. Yeah, 360 chickens, which is awesome. I mean, that's a tiny enclosure. We can definitely make that happen. I might even be able to make it a little bit bigger than what it is as well. We can't. Do we want it this way? No. Really, I wish we could put the fence on the other side, but that is frustrating. Yeah, we want the fence there, really. So I guess we'll be able to pick up all the stuff from out front of our house, something like this. Close to the road, but big enough to be able to do all the turns with the machinery and stuff, and then I can just put the fence right the way back along those hedges. We can customize it a little bit and place a pasture down or something. Something like that would be cool. So, I think the general consensus, not that there's lots of us to actually make a consensus, but I have decided that we are going to wait to get all those things sorted. Now, I do just want to grab one of those bales and put it in the sheep enclosure, maybe a couple to be honest, just so we can get there. I don't know if it relies on the food to get things moving for them. I'm sure the meadow will kick in as soon as they need to be fed, which, yeah, I don't know when that is, but let's grab a couple of these bales and just make sure that these guys have the food that they need in case they do start to grow without us knowing. Can I pick these up together? Yes. Yes, I can. Brilliant. Remember the times when my tractor used to do a wheelie or a nosy, whatever it's called, when we used to pick stuff up? All right, let's put that down there. Are they even going to be taken? Food, 4,500. That's 5.5. That's 5. Okay, so they have taken it, so that's good. So now, another autosave. My lord, I'm talking too much today. go to our animals, and they've got grass 100%, and the meadow grass will be, it'll be interesting to find out what we go from there. But let's find out just quickly. I'll find out what the goats and chickens eat, and then we will decide what to do. And hopefully by that time, let's check on our worker. He's in the field now, so he should be able to start cultivating, and we can get our contract money. All right, let's find out how much they eat. Okay, so did maths / also Googled and found out chickens eat 5 liters per chicken per day, and goats eat 50 liters per goat per day. So that means we have a lovely window, because we only need roughly 22,000. So if we buy the amount of chickens here, which is 360, now let's allow for 400, right? Because 400 is a nicer number, and obviously I'm also going to customize the fence, so it might be a little bit more than 360, but that's fine. So each chicken is 5. So if we get 400 times 5 is 2,000, 2,000 times 12 is 24,000. So we can actually go and sell probably 5 or 6,000 liters of the sorghum, and then get some money that way as well, because obviously January is the best time to sell the sorghum. So that should keep us going for a year. And bear in mind also that we'll obviously get the barley in June, so we could sell even more of it if we wanted to, but I just want to be safe and make sure that we always have at least a year's supply of grain for the chickens. That would be awesome. So only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, let's do a little bit more. 5. All right, let's do 6. Oh, that'll do. 5,955 liters. We're going to go and get this deposited, because that should give us a decent amount of money and get us over the threshold for that chicken coop, which we need 79,000. So I'm going to go through, because it's a light load, I'm going to go through the fields. I don't, unless you guys haven't noticed by now, I don't really care for field boundaries. I just drive wherever I need to go. Sometimes I do. When I'm carrying big loads and stuff, I try to take notice of where the roads go, and obviously that's the safest way to get there so that I don't knock myself over or fall sideways. But most of the time, if you leave it to me, especially if I'm playing off camera, I don't fancy driving on the roads. It makes more sense for farmers to drive through the fields. I've seen them do it. So why should I not do the same thing? But either way, we're going to have a lot of trips to this little building here. I wonder what it's called. I don't even know. I might be able to purchase this. The mill. It's called the mill. Why am I not surprised? Let's get through there. Come around, and pretty much 6,000 liters of sorghum. What is this going to get us? It'll be interesting to find out. Tip it out. Goodbye chicken feed. And that gets us over for sure. Nice. All right. So pretty much $6,000, $1,000 per 1,000 liters. That's not bad. $1 per liter of sorghum. Let's go back to the farm. Oh, that wage payment's going to kill us, but hopefully the contract pays off all the wage payments, and we get to keep a little bit of money that we need in reserve to get through the months. Although, having said that, what we usually needed was 7,000, but obviously we've paid off, we've settled early. So I think it's only about 4,000 or so that we need now, which we can check as we drive back through here. Let's just get through here. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Car. I forgot that I drive on the left-hand side in this map. Let's get through here and have a quick check. Yeah, we only need 4,200, which we might have. I mean, that's the amount of the contract, so we definitely should have that. Let's get this deposited, and then let's get the chickens. I forgot we also need to buy the chickens, but I think the chickens are like $10 each or something, so that should only be 3 or 4 grand. So we might still have enough for both, for paying off the monthly fee and also for buying the chickens. Oh, I've decided to go and put it over by the grass, but that's not where this trailer goes. This trailer lives outside. And you know what? We'll just put it right here. This seems like a nice area. Right, Control-Shift-P. Let's get this purchased. No, you know what? Again, I don't want to mess up, so let's save the game. I think my wish list for FS28 or whatever it's going to be is, can we just have an undo button? I know it's buildings, and you know you can't really undo placing buildings, but far out, it's a bit annoying. All right. Let's put this right up close. Overlaps with another object. Is that because it overlaps with my tree? Whatever, I don't care. The tree can stay there. Something like this. Let's do it there. Customize the fence. Yes, I do. Oh, I forgot about the money I'll need for this. Oh, this isn't going to be good. I need so much money to customize it. Damn it. Not enough money now. How have we not got enough money? The fence will be reset to default. That's really frustrating. You know what? This is why I saved the game. I'll be back. you know what? It's come to my attention that I might not have enough money to do what I want to do right now, and we obviously can't take loans. So I am going to wait a little bit and potentially do another couple of these contracts, and then we can do the chickens. Hopefully that's all in January. But what that does mean is, do I want to take over for this guy? Probably not. I would love to do 2 contracts at the same time. I don't have that many tractors, so I don't know why I'm tabbing between them all. 21. 21's very far away. They're both very far away. Wood transport for 45, also far away. Deadwood for 57, that doesn't give me enough money, and I only have 1 cultivator, so looks like I'm stuck using the other tractor for now. Is there anything else I can sell? I mean, I could sell some more of the sorghum, but again, I want to keep a year's supply. So if I'm keeping a year's supply, that's pretty much it. I mean, we've said, you know, if we get 400 chickens and they're 2,000 a month, we need 24,000. So I don't want to get rid of more of them. Anything else we can sell down here? I mean, diesel, we can't sell that, and we need it anyway. And all the rest we don't actually have. I could sell some wood. Maybe we sell some wood. All right, let's sell some wood. You guys are going to see a time lapse of me failing to put as many wooden logs on the trailer as I can, and we'll go from there. Alright, let's be getting some chickens. We're going to line this up again now that we've got a little bit more cash. I saved the game. We're going to place that. We do want to customize the fence. The customization starts on this end. We're going to go right up to the bushes here. Right in there. And go all the way down. Let's have a look. Turn this around. This should be quite neat here. Then we'll go across to this lamppost. Then we'll go down. Now that's where we put in the... I'm going to leave myself a little bit of room because this is where we put in the grain. We get to here. Then we get across the back. Do we want to plant meadow? Yes, we do, because then it looks nice. Why not? And let's have a look at our brand new chicken coop. And we've got 11 grand to spare. Brilliant. So I didn't need the extra money. All right. 463 chickens. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's hectic. Let me do a little bit of maths. 463 times 5 is 2,315 times 12. So we need 27,000. So we need 28,000 liters. 27 and a bit. 28,000 liters is what we need of grain to get these guys fed every year. So that's fine. What was I doing? Let's go over here and let's go buy some chickens. Oh, they're $5. These are $50, but let's just buy the $5 ones. We can only buy 250 for some reason. Is that the maximum? I'm not sure. Right. Anyway, let's buy them. And then we could leave them, but why not also then buy 213 more? Brilliant. All right, now let's make sure they are fed so that we can start producing eggs as early. Do I need the forklift? No, we can start producing eggs as early as February. This is going to be awesome. And I think in the past I've always, stored up the eggs to make sure that we have the right amount and then sell them in November for when it's the most profitable, blah-de-blah-de. I'm not going to do that this time around. I think it's silly. Well, not silly. Super unrealistic. Like, we can't make eggs in February and then sell them in November. So there's got to be a better way to do it. So I think instead of waiting for the best price, I'm going to do it a little bit more realistically and get it sorted. And now what can the silo can hold 9,000, I think. 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, whatever. We'll do 8,800 liters. That's fine. I don't really care. That'll keep them going for at least 3 or 4 months. Actually, probably 3 months. That's fine. Every 3 months we can go and fill them up. But yeah, I don't like the fact that we don't produce, well, that we don't sell them closer to the month that we produce them in. I don't mind like a month or two, but anything more than that feels a little bit crazy. Just like it's going to feel for me trying to get this trailer all up in here. Come on, bro. Here we go. Dump the sorghum. You can hear some lovely chicken noises. We'll have a little inspection shortly. Alright, that is dumped. And let's have a look at our little chickens. Hello, little chicks. Look at them. Awesome. Oh, this one's a different color. Fantastic. It's trying to fly. It is trying to fly. How awesome. We've done pretty good. We've got a new field and we've got 2 new sets of animals. I think that's really, really cool. Let's just leave this trailer here. And then we will move on to February. I'll see you guys in February. What a beautiful, look at this. What a beautiful little time. What a fantastic little view. That's awesome. Snow on the hills, no snow on the yard. That's really good. The chicken's probably feeling, I mean, there's a tree here that I forgot to remove, but chicken's feeling probably a little bit under the weather, but they have plenty of food to get them along, which is awesome. It is snowing currently, so I don't know what that means for all of our produce that's sat outside. Actually, seeing as it's February, I might just sell these. Normally I would use the tractor, but why bother when I can just grab one and push. And I can do it myself. I am as strong as a tractor, apparently. And we can get a little bit more cash this way. Fantastic. Let's move these all in here because, yeah, we're going to wake up and do this pretty much every month, I think. And that's probably the way to go. It just means that we get a nice little trickle of income, 10 grand or so every month, whatever that was. Is it 2,000 per pallet that I'm doing? Oh, yeah, okay. Right, so actually, this is decent. $2,500, so Add the environmental score, pretty much 3 grand per lettuce pallet, which is awesome. And we've just done 9, so that's that's really good. That's the best part of like $30,000 nearly by the time we're done, including all the mushrooms. Oh, hello. All right, there is snow on the ground. I did not realize. Let's check on our little sheepsies too, but first we'll, like I say, we'll just get this done. Go that way. Hello, train. That's awesome. I feel like it should make a bit more of a noise, but that's okay. Maybe because it's snowy. Dun, 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 dun. Wow, nice. $5,000 for those mushrooms. That's really, really good. And we'll finish off with these ones. Can I push this along? Nope. Fun. You go there. And then let's get the last one. You guys can probably hear me mashing my WASD buttons. Dun, 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 dun. Let's get these all sold. Carted across and sold. Brilliant. Also, they're worth a little bit less, but that is fantastic. We've got the best part. What was that? $30,000? I don't actually. I'm not quite sure. Let's see. $32,000. Yeah, we only had 4 grand in the bank, which is fantastic. That's a really good amount of money to have every month, and we got obviously 204 in January for the big one. So we're looking at around $250,000 worth of income. Not to mention the bales that we sold were also 60 grand. We harvested. Like, this is really good. You know, January is already up to nearly $400,000 worth of income, and that is what we need. Let's check the sheep out. I keep calling them sheep. They're goats. Let's check the goats out. How are they doing? They're probably a little bit cold, but they are 100% healthy, and they've got 4,500 liters of food. These 2 bales are just gradually going down. No, they're not. That's fine by me. Cool. And we've got all the extra ones over there. It's February, so we can't harvest anything or do anything right now. All we can do is wait for the snow to disappear. Is my tractor running? It is. Let's turn that off while we're not using it. Alright, let's see if there's some contracts for us to do. There's a ploughing one, but I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to do either of these. This might be a month. Let's just go through on 30 speed for a moment. Actually, we'll go 60. This might be a month that we just get past really, really quickly, because if there's nothing to do in February, I don't want to wait here. And we've done the liming for that field, haven't we? So our new field, let's just check. Needs ploughing. Our new field over here needs ploughing, needs rolling, mulch, stones, watered. Okay, so there's some stones around the outside, but I don't really care about that. pH is fine, nitrogen's fine. Oh, okay, I could do a little bit of nitrogen, but that's always best to do after we've planted it. Soil types, loam, yeah, it is what it is. Okay, cool, so I think everything's sorted. So what we actually might do, while we get past the time, I'm going to keep checking if there's any contracts for us to do. I don't want to do the ploughing ones. I might actually go and visit our new field and do some fishing. We can do some February fishing. We haven't done any fishing yet, and I'm keen to see how we go. There's a beautiful place to fish right at the back of field number 18, which we now own, the beautiful field 18. I would love to see where our field... I was going to say, I would love to see where our field ends and where the extra stuff begins, but let's find ourselves a comfortable place to fish. This rock looks perfect. Alright. Ooh-cha. Wait. I'm waiting. Never done this before. Very exciting. Okay, by holding, releasing the input, move the hook up and down when it's level with the fish. Progress bar, otherwise the fish will sink. Okay, cool. So it feels like we've got a bit of Stardew Valley-ish going on. Oh, I'm very terrible at this. We have caught a trout. That is awesome. Do you want to release the fish on the water or sell it? Let's release it. I think I need to find out how the best profitability works for the fish. So let me find a guide and I'll be right back. Okay, so the general rule is that we are going to sell the fish that are $300 and $400 worth of value and release the fish that are lower, that are $100 or $200, just because you get lots of money for doing the milestones, like for releasing 100 fish or whatever. So I think that's a good balance to try and figure out which ones we want to get and which ones we want to get rid of. Okay, so it's the same pattern, but my mouse isn't very, you guys can probably hear heaps of clicking, apologies about that. But this is very, anyone that's played Stardew Valley, this is very Stardew Valley-ish. What is that? Okay. A little bit of rubbish. Dun 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 dun. Would be good to go over to the lighthouse, see if we can do stuff over there. Alright, this will be the last one on camera, and then I might just do a quick little time lapse. I'm going to put the time down a little bit. Maybe we just play at 6 speed. Ooh. I was actually looking at the progress bar then, and it kind of distracted me because I thought the little ball thing in the progress bar was the fish for a moment. Like you see bottom left, it's got a little ball or something. I don't know what it is. Ah. I guess it was tired. Good puns. Okay, what great entertainment. I'm going to do a little time lapse of me fishing for the rest of February, and then we'll get into March. Well, here we are, end of February. I was going to do the planting in March for this video, but I think it's time to just take stock and see what we have. We'll do a little flashlight tour. We haven't done a tour in the dark, which feels nice. So we've got our chickens here. These guys have already eaten through 1,000 litres of of feed, which is awesome. I really should remove that tree stump, but I can't be bothered to do it now. So fantastic. So what was it? 463 chickens, which is just awesome. That's really incredible. And we'll start getting eggs here in no time. And the eggs will be transported over to the small farmers kiosk, which is awesome. We've also managed to make this ground unlevel. Not sure how I did that. And we also managed to get our goats. I'm going to stop calling them sheep. And we also managed to get our goats. So can I just get through here? Excuse me. Torches on, everyone. We have got 45 beautiful, healthy goats all ready to go. And they will be fed and watered and kept safe from harm. And hopefully they will start producing lots of goat milk for us. Now, previously, when we had goats back on Zialonka, and I'll just check if it's the same. Whoops, I think I just closed that door without meaning to. Previously, the price of goat milk was best in September. And it looks like it's still the best in September. Goat milk bottled is in January, but that's fine. Awesome. Oh, just straight goat milk bottled can be sold to all of these places. I wonder what the recipe is. Anyway, we'll get to that later. We've still got a bunch of bales, not the trailer. I think we've got about, what is that, 10 bales or so? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then those 2, 9, 10. Perfect. So we've got 10 bales full of grass that we can give the goats, which is awesome. And you guys have seen all this. What haven't you seen, in case you missed it, is our brand new shiny field. Let's get over here. This place is covered. This is not snow. Oh, you know what? I didn't actually lime. How silly of me. I didn't lime the middle, which I probably need to do because I'm sure, yeah, this one's perfect. So I might go and finish that. I'll finish that off camera just so you guys don't have to worry about that. It's just a little bit of boring liming and a little bit of February, we'll call it moonlighting. February moonlight work for me. I'll go and get that sorted. But yeah, well, we're going to end the episode here. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, if you could please leave a like, leave a comment, tell me what you think we should do in the next episode, in the next month, as we get ready to go through all of, well, March and then the following year. I will also just do a quick update before we leave. Now, this probably isn't enough lime, is it? It's just not enough lime. So let's see if I can get a few more. I know I said I'll do this off camera, but I am quite conscious that I would love to do this before March. And you know what? I don't actually need diesel. I still don't need diesel. I just need lime. My lime is empty. Anyway, yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to go, but yeah, before we leave, I'm just going to do the farm history. So yeah, where we started off, we're at 2.6 million, 2.7 now, and we started off at 2.4 in August. So we've done a decent 6 months, and we've got $300,000 in net worth in those 6 months, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I mean, it's ticking along nicely, and we'll be able to increase that really quickly because these animals will now just start skyrocketing us, which will be awesome. So anyway, yeah, like I said, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed it, and yeah, let me know what progress you want to see in the next episode. Until then, I will catch you guys very soon. Bye for now.